Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. It is Friday. It is noon Central Time. That means it is time for Cars on the Move, where we connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. We go live with Ty in the transport parking lot. We want you to please join us in the live chat and say hello. And also, do us a favor. After you leave a like, thank you so much. You can click share, click copy, grab that YouTube link. We have a special today. We have a special guest. Michelle from Ship Your Car Now is here to talk about holiday transport prep. This is for shippers. And if you want to chime in or if you have a question, please do feel free to do that. Also, if you are lost in car shipping, it's this one. Go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider, let us know how we can help you. Yep, that's right. You saw that was the show lineup from Tuesday night from Automotive Trade Shows. We'll talk about that too. Let's do this. Let's go live with Ty in the transport parking lot. Ty, can you see me and hear me okay?
Oh, hey, can you see me?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Just cleaning up the transport parking lot. If you watch, there's things in the parking lot that'll put holes in your tire. So if you pick them up and throw them out in the grass or something, it's always a good idea. It's a nice 36 degrees, Kansas City, Missouri, America's auto auction transport parking lot. It's windy. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you good. It's a little muffled, I think, just because the microphone is in the jacket. But I mean, it's got to be cold. It's cold. It looks cold. It looks cold.
Anyway, I need to apologize to you and our gang. Sorry about Tuesday night. Couldn't make it, but I did get to watch the show and participate a little bit in the live chat. It was, you know, I don't know if you realize, I didn't figure this out, but from 2021 June, when they opened up conferences, I think I've made it to 5 conferences. And the relationships, just like today, I know you guys already hit on relationships and everything and how amazing conferences are, but today our special guest with special information was somebody that I met at an auction, at a conference. So I'm kind of excited about that, and really excited about the topic too, because if you pay attention and follow Michelle with Ship Your Car Now, if you listen to what she says, she's talking about the things that I like to talk about, dealers, right? Shippers. So it'll be good. Hey guys. Good.
She is, and she does. She's going to hit upon, because number one, it's true. We met Michelle last month at Used Car Week. That's how fast we are moving with connections, information, content. And you'll see, go ahead and jump in the live chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Larry, what's going on? You'll see that this show is about trying to help make sure the rates reflect what's happening right now, right? And go ahead and put in the live chat. What makes the rates go up? Why should rates around the holidays go up? Give the reasons. We give the reasons on the phone. You can put the reasons in the live chat. That's got to be way better. So you're in the lanes at America's Auto Auction. Got the logo right there. Bang.
Dang. How's that?
That's awesome. Great.
You know, America's obviously is one of my favorites. There's another one that I've been kind of following. It's XLerate group. And in their group is our friend Kaetlin, Sherk. And she had a really cool post the other day about some of their growth. And I believe part of their growth is contributed, if I read it right, to Black Widow. Did you catch that?
Oh yeah.
Did you see that post?
I did, and there's been actually that Steve Gertsch soundbite has been going around on LinkedIn. It's neat. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. And Steve, I love Steve. So, and also, by the way, our friends at Black Widow, I want to go ahead and say they're an amazing group of people. We've been blessed and been able to spend some quality time with them and getting to know them. And there's some interesting things coming up in less than a month with Black Widow, and I think that we're going to have an opportunity to share some of those things with you in January. So I'm kind of excited about You guys hear Jay talk a lot about the growth and how things are moving at such a wild pace, but let me say it for a minute. That, again, I always talk about, thanks, Jay, for taking the time to put this platform together. You've got a Tuesday night live, that's the Mothership, the big show, DOT on Thursday with Brian, which is incredible. And you got Sue dispatching live Thursday, and then Friday, Cars on the Move. So one of the things that I like about this is that you're able, our friend Sky Hallman at One Auction View, he talks a lot about agnostic. He has this agnostic platform. And I'm not saying that we're an agnostic platform, but I am saying I read a really cool post somewhere. I think you probably read it. This guy was talking about people that come in always ask the stupid questions, right? And this guy's a park ranger, and he gives these tour guides at some national park, and he gets the same question 832 times every day, right? And his response in this was, when we're talking to people, they want to know, and we've already heard the question, but it's how we accept them, how we answer the question, and how we, try to build this community that we don't have all the answers. We're learning just like everybody else. We do know a lot, and we do know a lot of people. So again, it goes back to networking, relationships, talking to people, and then having platforms like Auto Transport Intel to connect all these things if you can't go, but you still have questions. So I'm thankful for the ATI Insider sign up. I'm thankful that I get to talk to a lot of people and see what's going on. And I'm really thankful for this show. So I can keep yapping, but I really want to bring Michelle in. I've kind of got a little taste of what she's got. So I'm excited about that.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. What's neat too is, and I am too, I continue to sit here and just grind away day after day on these shows. But I want to say a couple things. As one, we're seeing when we see what happens with Car Conference in March, we're going to see some of the proof of how this hard work is opening up for us. We've got some amazing things happening at the end of Q1 2022. That's right. That's some business talk right there. And also that this platform is proof that this isn't the Jay show. It's not the Ty show. Everybody's welcome here. So if you see something that makes you think, man, I've got something I want to say, do it. It's in the live chat. Send in the news, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Everybody is welcome. All points of view are welcome. If it has to do with automotive, don't think just carrier. Brokers, dispatchers, dealers, auctions, OEMs, technology. If you think there's a message that needs to be on Auto Transport Intel, let us know. We want to know more about it. It is now time. All right, let's go ahead and drum roll, please. We are now going to bring in, we've got Michelle of Ship Your Car Now. She is going to talk about holiday transport prep. This is for if you're a shipper, if you're a dealer, if you want, maybe you're a carrier or a broker or a dispatcher, you just want to talk about perspective of what holiday transportation looks like and why it looks that way. Here's Michelle. Michelle, please say hello, tell us more about you, and let's start with that.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Ty. I am so honored to be here. I am with Ship Your Car Now. I'm a transportation a specialist, and I have been moving cars for many, many years as a broker. And so thank you for having me on. And I think the information that we're about to kind of go over is going to help a lot of people out there who haven't yet fallen into the trap of the holiday. And so we want to share this information not only with transport companies, but with dealers that may watch and anybody who's moving a car or needs to get a car moved, so that we can set the expectation correctly. We can, let people know that, yeah, we can do whatever you need us to do, but guess what? It's going to cost a little bit more money right now. And here's why. So I'm going to jump right into it, if you don't mind.
I love it. Thank you, Michelle.
Great. So again, we are talking about holiday transport prep. So let's get ready to hit the holidays. head on and, make it as stress-free as we can. So right now, as you know, it's that time of year. Holiday rates are going to start adjusting, and I'm here to tell you why. There are factors involved with that. And I'm going to share with you guys a few reminders so that you can set your customers' expectations and not fall into this pit of despair. As you can see, we want you out there, the dealer, the private sector mover, and the brokers, to remember that we want you guys to be the ones on the little blanket and enjoying this time and not freaking out and tripping and falling like the other guys will into this big pit. Some of the things that we have to remember are right now, starting next week, actually, you're going to start seeing a reduction in carrier presence. And a lot of times, if you haven't been through this before, or even just once or twice, you're like, why? What is going on? Why does it feel like nobody's on the road? Nobody's calling to pick up my cars. Nobody wants to pick up my cars. Well, there are reasons. There are big reasons. And the first one of those is that we are going to start to see a shift in the routes before Christmas and even after the first of the year. So the drivers that used to drive from Michigan to California, unless you're going to pay them a lot of money and they live in Illinois, they're not doing that route next week. They're going to start to take loads that will get them home. So when I say that the routes are going to change, we have these lanes that were typical throughout the year. Well, now everybody's moving around and it feels like chaos. It feels like this spider web. Like, where is everybody? And what happens is, even after the first of the year, they have to then reshift. So you have this shift in our lanes, in our industry. And so take those factors into consideration, that your guys that may have moved stuff the last couple weeks or the last year, they may not be moving it. So keep that in mind. So you are going to start to feel that crunch, to feel that reduction in carriers. We also have to keep in mind that they're human. They're going to be with friends and family for dinners, for parties, watching the big game. Who doesn't want to watch U of M try to crush it, out sledding with their families, sleeping off that food coma that you had? Or, I hate to say it, but they might be returning those gifts that it just didn't fit, or maybe you gained a couple pounds during COVID, or maybe it's just something that you don't want, but there's those big lines. But they're human, so they want to be with their families. So again, remember, carriers next week, reduction, number of carriers, and these are why. So set those expectations. We also want to be mindful. It's the end of the month. What happens at the end of the month, Ty? Dealers push sales, right? It's the end of the year. They're pushing. Keep that in mind, and don't overpromise. Dealers, don't overpromise your customers, and brokers, don't overpromise your dealers, please. That is the biggest pitfall right now. I tell my clients, I can get anything done for $17,000. And they chuckle and laugh. But guess what? When I go back to them and say, I actually got it done for 10, they're happy. So set that expectation. Make that end user's experience fruitful and wonderful right now. Don't let them get frustrated, and don't you get frustrated. Also, keep in mind, everybody, it's that time of year where we've got weather. Yeah, that's probably the I-80 tomorrow right there. And never know. We could have a tsunami hit, a volcano, zombie apocalypse. But be mindful. Be mindful of the weather. Check your weather reports every day. These guys that have to go through Colorado have got to chain up extra time. A hurricane could hit Florida. We don't know. But just, again, keep that information going. And the more that you can share with the dealer, the more that you can share with the private owner as to why their transportation might take a little bit more time this year, they will be more understanding. They will appreciate your transparency. They will appreciate your knowledge in this industry. And then you become the knowledge expert. So do make sure you keep an eye on that. And guess what? If you plan accordingly, you're going to be stress-free this holiday like me. I'm going to be at the beach. Well, I wish I was going to be at the beach. So I hope this information was helpful. From our family to yours here at Ship Your Car Now, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And if I can be of any assistance to anybody, I would be more than happy to. That's my contact information. And again, I've been in the industry long enough where I do like to share knowledge with people, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Great job, Michelle. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fantastic. All right, so let's let's go ahead and open it up here. We've got some folks just saying hello in the live chat. John says, Michelle,
Oh, there's
to have you
John.
here.
Hi,
That's really nice. All right, so I took some notes. I always take notes. And yes, don't overpromise. That is I know when I was working as a dispatcher, and I know for the carrier, when the customer has unrealistic expectations, nothing good happens.
No.
And I always, why were they told something that wasn't probably going to happen? Why would you do? I mean, well, I know why, but
Well, we know why, right?
We know why, right?
But here's what I say: why do it to yourself? Why do that? Because it will mostly come back and bite you. So just be honest and open with people. And if you can do it, great. If you think you can do it, tell them you're going to try. But don't promise something and then fall flat on your face, because we all work so hard in our industry to bring a presence to the table of professionalism and honesty. And it's when people are not honest and transparent, it makes all of us look bad. So that's just my 2 cents.
Well, it does. And that's why I don't like the word exactly. I like the word estimated. When I see exactly, I want, and this is where you get into $17,000, I want double the money if it says exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
You're right. Exactly. Right.
And then that leads into the information. You also talked about the information. That's another, real snagglepuss in this industry is information. Why can't we just get the right? In fact, how often are you everyone's in this rush with all these guarantees, and then the address is wrong? What are you talking about?
Right. What is it with computers? Poor information in, poor information out, like garbage in,
garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
Ding.
Yeah, and I think people need to keep in mind, not only with the holiday, but we've got a ton of snowbirds right now migrating between before Christmas and after that are going to affect your rates. So keep that in mind. All different things that, again, when you have those conversations, they might not want to hear it, but if you put it out there and give them the information and try and make them as successful as possible, it's just going to benefit yourself.
And that's where, again, I want to say is that when I hear, well, that's what we always pay. What are you talking about? Today's a totally different day. There's a zombie apocalypse and fuel's through the roof. Yeah, what are you talking about? We always... Anyway, so Ty, what do you have, Ty?
Well, I have a lot because everything that Michelle's talking about is primarily geared towards the shipper. And I've never done POV, never been in that market. I've been dealer only, used car dealer primarily. So I call it playing the game. And as you get to understand your customer, that's why I like to have my own customers, because I understand my customer and I know when my customer is maybe not giving me all the details, right? And based on that relationship, I'm able to understand, okay, this guy, in order for him to sell this car, he had to promise this customer that they would have it by tomorrow. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make my life easier. It definitely doesn't make his life easier, but guess what he got? He got a sale, right? And so
there's the why. Exactly, the why.
So I approach it with, when I had 20 trucks, drivers, customers, I approach it with a little bit of empathy towards the shipper, which I would call the used car dealer, understanding that, just like Michelle said, she's absolutely right. It's the end of the year, the end of the month. I mean, you've got 2 big things coming together for a dealer. And I promise you, if you go talk to them, what their goal is right now is to make sure that they beat last year's numbers, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what Michelle's talking about. So maybe we don't know our shipper like we should, but Michelle's laying down some pretty fundamental truths for anybody that is a carrier. If you're paying attention to what Michelle's saying as a carrier, maybe you don't have your own client base, she's giving you a lot of clues, right? Hey, I'll be happy to pick that car up, but just so you understand, here's where I'm at, here's where I got to go. And I-80, perfect example, Michelle. I-80, that's a problem. So as the carrier, trying to gather information, is there anything in the car? Right?
Right.
So I understand the shipper needs to be educated, and it would be awesome if the shipper completely understood what we as carriers have to go through. But the reality of it is, as a carrier, I should know my business very well, what I do, and I should be responsible to at least ask some basic fundamental questions that Michelle's laying out for us. Is that fair?
Yeah, I want to kind of piggyback on that, Ty, and just say that one of the greatest things I think I learned, can you guys hear me okay? Okay.
Yep.
One of the things that I've learned over the years is to ask questions. And I think a lot of people, when they are new or newer, they're just, they're so excited about the sale and they're going to get the sale and they pick it. Where's the pickup? Where's the drop? Ask the questions, like of your dealer group. And that is the car paid for? Is all the paperwork signed? You've got to learn to ask those questions. And like Ty said, learn about who your shipper is and the position that they're currently in. And it's only going to help you not have a driver show up and angry because the car's not ready and the shipper didn't know they have to have all that stuff, So ask questions of your shippers and get to know them, Ty, like Ty does. That's important.
Yeah, and I think as a carrier, we definitely face just challenge after challenge, which we could change the word challenge to opportunity. But the reality of it is, you tune into Jay's show Thursday, Dispatching Live, and you hear what goes on in that, I call it that world, which, by the way, that's my favorite show. But man, oh man, I mean, are you sure you want to haul cars? Are you sure you'd want to be a shipper?
Oh my gosh! Yesterday, actually, we were really getting into. Are you sure you want to be a broker?
Yeah,
right. Because that's not an easy job. That is,
no.
It's a lot to manage.
But I think here's where I'm at. I'm at okay, and I love this because it's really happening. You're watching it. If you're watching this now or if you're watching it later, this is really happening, which is you're seeing the effects of relationships, right? Michelle, Ship Your Car Now, ATI, Jay, Ty, and we're talking about how to navigate through a car hauling career, whether you're a shipper, whether you're a carrier. And if you're really paying attention, we have people who know what they're doing, and we can connect you to people who know what they're doing. So if you're a mega dealer, if you're an individual, if you're a POV, if you're a one truck with a one car hauler, or if you're a fleet carrier guy, we have friends like Michelle, like Black Widow, like Steve Gertsch, like just keep going, Paul Machine, just keep going. It just doesn't stop. And that's the value of ATI. That's the value of understanding the shipper and the carrier. So again, I could yap forever, but I do appreciate a lot about the things that Michelle's saying because they're important, very important.
Thank you, Ty.
Yeah, no, it was a nice presentation, and it is.
I bet we'll see her again.
Oh, yeah. In fact,
I bet we'll see Michelle again on Cars on the Move.
What are some ideas for maybe the next time? What could we do?
Oh gosh, Michelle. Start with you.
Got any ideas?
Just put a presentation together.
I've got some ideas brewing that I'd love to definitely get out there, and I think maybe just some educational pieces talking about how we can lift our industry up as a group, tidbits throughout the year. Like you said, your segment here is very month specific or date specific. So I think diving into what's happening that month in our industry would be a great segment to do. And keep it in the now. Keep it even in the, what's hot right now, what's not hot right now, best practices, all that kind of stuff.
You just made me think of something. You know what we do on Dispatching Live? Sue sends me emails that contain actual problems, and that creates the content. So what you can do between now and the next time, whether you send me an email, you may not want to because it could be so crazy. You're like, man, I can't. Even ATI can't handle this crazy. But keep a file, and that will give ideas of the education and advice based on real, actual, pretty crazy problems.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah,
awesome.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, that'd be great. We don't name names, we just name situations, right?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, listen, Michelle, this has really been a treat for us. And I got to say, too, what's really neat is, and Ty was saying this, is that, I mean, we literally met you a month ago.
Yes.
We came up with this idea. We did it. We're here. We're doing it. It's happening. And, yeah.
This is how fast our industry moves, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We've been at the conferences. We've seen it. I mean, our industry in automotive is moving at light speed, and we've got to keep up with it. And I think it's super exciting.
Right here on Auto Transport Intel. Michelle, Ship Your Car Now. Thank you so much. Oh, before I let you go, Michelle,
Yes.
What's the best way to get a hold of you? I'm going to put it in the live chat.
You can reach me anytime direct on my cell phone at 586-651-6125, 586-651-6125, or you can always text me, call me, or email me. My email is Michelle with 2 L's, so Michelle, last initial H, at shipyourcarnow.com. And yes, I work all the time. So
Okay. Right, exactly. Just like everybody else in this industry. There's the phone number. There's the email address. Michelle, again, great job today. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you and all that you do and your information.
all right, guys, Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you soon, okay?
Merry Christmas,
All right.
Michelle.
Thanks,
you
Michelle.
so much.
Bye.
It was good.
All right, take care. I'll put her back in the waiting room. Ty, we will finish this out. Everybody in the live chat, thank you guys so much for tuning in, saying hello, and do it. Contact her. Let her know if you've got a question, you got an idea, a suggestion.
You know,
so
forgot to say,
Yeah.
I bet Michelle needs carriers too. So if you're
Right.
looking for, yeah, we forgot to pump that.
well,
You might
you're
get
pumping.
hooked up.
Oh, you're pumping it right now. I mean, and we touched upon that yesterday on Dispatching Live. Let's say you get a customer. You need carriers.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
need
we're
a
gonna find
network.
them.
And you need a big network because what are we talking about? Hawaii to Rhode Island? What's the running lane on this thing? What are the chances you already know somebody on this lane? Now, if you start local, as you like to talk about, the chances are good. But eventually
good.
you're going to get that Idaho to Georgia, and you're like, dude, now
What do I do?
Where'd you get
Call
that idea?
ATI.
Yeah, exactly.
Call Ty quick.
I talked about that a lot, you too, yesterday. Where'd you get that idea? I want to say this too. I just want to share, since you were talking about it earlier. Tuesday night was Automotive Trade Shows, and yes, we met Michelle at an automotive trade show. We continue to meet people at automotive trade shows. We feel very connected at automotive trade shows. You see the pattern. There's a pattern here. It's called Automotive Trade Shows. You see that?
I smell it.
Yeah, exactly. It's in your face.
I can smell it from here.
It's right there. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share the link. If you missed Automotive Trade Shows, Automotive Trade. It's hard to type really fast. This is when my typing skills don't show. Automotive Trade Shows. If you missed Automotive Trade Shows, right there in the live chat, you'll see the link for the show. John. And Michael says, thank you, Michelle. And Candy says, hello from Jacksport. John says, I can attest to she's always there for our clients. You can see that. And John says, yeah, absolutely, Ty. We need reliable carriers. We have a ton of freight.
Yeah. So, and that's another thing I want to do. My friends at Midwestern, I want to bring them up. Joe, had the opportunity to spend some time with Joe and Jay face to face this week. Actually, this week's gone by fast.
I know. That was Monday. We actually had lunch on Monday. That was awesome.
Yeah. So I want to mention them again. I want to, they're looking for drivers. I'm sure a lot of carriers are looking for drivers. A lot of brokers are looking for carriers. So Midwestern car carriers, Kansas City, Missouri, if you're looking, maybe you want to get in this and figure it out, they could probably use you and be happy to train you. If you're an owner operator, I would recommend getting in touch with them as well, because I think Joe kind of mentioned he might be needing some owner operators too. So the overall takeaway from that conversation lunch was 2022 may be a really busy year in car hauling. So might not be the first quarter, but I think you're going to possibly see some increase in volume.
It's interesting you say that. That's right. Because one would argue, based on some of the upstream information that we're getting, mic check 1 2, is that larger auto transport businesses are trying to make sure they've got drivers ready for when the gates open, because the gates are going to open.
Yeah, and we were talking to Joe, Randy, Ed, Midwestern, got to spend some time with those guys, and it's not, I mean, I love those guys to death. They're my friends, but it's not just them saying this.
Oh, no.
What you just said.
No,
it's not just that.
I know it's not. I read an article in the New York Times.
Yeah.
Where they were interviewing a large carrier saying this. And I'm sure if we were to take a poll with the large carriers, they will all agree this is true.
Yeah. And it's fun because I say fun. It's not fun because you're looking at your P&L, you're looking at your cash flow, you're looking at your equipment, you're looking at your potential volume, your potential accounts. You're anticipating this to happen. I mean, we were talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, yeah, the whole month of November, we had to sit on our hands. We could not make a decision in November. And you hear those kinds of stories from carriers, big guys, little guys, and you're like, I know that pain. I mean, if we go this way, what happens? We go this way, pause. And it's a hard place to be in when you're trying to plan, when you're trying to schedule, when you're trying to make things grow or even maintain status quo. In the last 2 years has been a real challenge, right?
Well, yeah. I just want to say, and on the OEM side, because you can educate people, but can you educate the OEM? Not so much. But at trade shows, we hear OEMs talking about we want to work with carriers. We want to know their pain points. Well, the pain point is we're paying for all this stuff, but we're sitting around.
Yeah. And then there's more pain points once things do get straightened out. You hear this. I hear this term all the time. Spot buys. Have you heard that?
Oh yeah, that's when. Got to get it going right now. Oh my God, everybody, they're ringing the alarm. Get it going, get it going. I got 100.
Yeah, and I think like on 2022, maybe second, third quarter, I don't know, somewhere in 2022, I think you're going to see that turn into the rest of the year as nothing but a spot buy.
And that's where Julie at Nationwide Auto, and that's the thing. The reason we're able to talk about all these things is because we keep meeting more and more people.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
awesome.
And then you start.
It's really awesome.
I mean, so as a carrier, Fridays is the guy that stands here and talks about building your own business, owning your own client base, owning your equipment, owning your mistakes, owning your wins and your losses, owning it. I talked to a guy the other day. I've been coaching for a long time. He's ready to upgrade another piece, add another piece of equipment. And now he's worried about how do I find a driver? All right. So it doesn't matter really what phase of this you're in. There is always going to be an opportunity. Okay. Not a problem, an opportunity. And you listen to guys like Ty and Jay, you listen to the guests on Tuesday night, you start putting pieces together, and you will figure out which direction you're going to go. You will. One way or another. It doesn't matter which way, but you will find a direction.
And it could be wait 90 days before you pull that trigger.
Yeah. And I always say we save lives. I've talked to a lot of people that called me back 90 days later and said, man, I sure am glad I waited. So this is cash intensive. I don't think people realize how cash intensive this business is. I don't think people understand the challenges all the way around. Who's your customer? You always hear me, who's your customer? Who's your customer? Well, if you're really trying to build your own business, that should be a really important question. Who's your customer and where are you at? What are you doing? And I always tell people go to the used bookstore and buy a book that says how to start a business. Read the first chapter. That's it. That'll definitely keep you busy for a minute, right? So it is a great business. And, you know, I was thinking Tuesday night, there's so many great people in this industry that are willing to help, are willing to see you succeed, and they want success for you as a carrier. And I believe that's true. I really do.
And you know, and Al, what you just made me think on that note is that, you know, I bag on some of the videos out there that are talking about getting rich or whatever, but the fact is there are a lot of people out there making videos. They do want to help too. I think sometimes people just get carried away with the, you know, the extreme message of the money and the stuff, but they're trying to help. You can find help in a lot of places. And so if you know somebody that is trying to be helpful and we haven't connected with them yet, bring them on down. Oh, I know. Yeah.
Hey, how are ya?
Hey, how's it
You can't
going?
hear him.
Oh,
I can.
I can't hear.
Jen.
Oh, okay.
That's Jay.
Don't
Remember Jay?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How was the sale yesterday?
Yeah.
It
Good.
was good. It was great.
A lot of people show up.
Yeah.
Numbers still good.
Yeah,
Good.
we had a great year. We're gonna sell over 30,000 cars this year.
Did you hear that live here? Cars on the move, 30,000 this year. Physical auction, still moving. I love it.
Yep.
I love it so much.
Yep.
Well, thank you
And
for
next
saying
year,
hello.
hopefully more than that. So
You on the
Merry
move?
Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Merry
Thank you so
Christmas.
much.
Merry Christmas, Jay.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is
Bye.
awesome. I forgot her name.
It's Jen.
Jen, right. Yeah.
Jen, sales. She's over all the sales.
Right. We had that live with her and Black Widow. That was cool.
And Black
That's
Widow.
awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. That is so cool.
She's very, very nice. Good. And you know, again,
You love the auction.
I love the auction,
You
but
love the
you know, if I showed you here, take a look at this. You want to see something
Yeah,
really
sure.
crazy?
And then we'll wrap it up. What do you got? Oh, he's got ACV on. Wow. ACV at the auction. Digital
It's
meets
3 layers
physical.
deep.
That's hybrid, buddy. Yeah.
No, it is. And again, you know, our friends at ACV, they are our friends, and they need carriers. So
Absolutely.
get signed up with ACV. I mean, the reality of it is, you're not going to get away from either or. We can debate them all day long, and we can say they're going away the physical auction. I'll go ahead and put my stake in the ground now. You're not going to get rid of the physical auction. Sorry.
Boom.
You might have the hybrid.
And that's good.
It's on video and it's
that's
live.
That's
and
a
I said
very
it.
good. Hey, and it's a very good thing. We want the auction to stay.
Yeah, they will. But there is a place and there is a need for the ACV, and I believe in ACV. I really do. I wouldn't wear their T-shirt if I didn't. I promise. I'm that kind of weirdo, right? Ask Jay about all the places that'll never get another dollar from me because they kicked me out because I didn't have a mask on. And I still have the list, and I still haven't spent a dollar.
Do not talk about the masks.
No, don't bring
do
that up. So anyway, again, this is really an amazing place, ATI, Auto Transport Intel on YouTube. There is amazing things taking place on all levels. And what we've gone through, you know, you look back, it's 2 years. It's not a year. We've been a train wreck for 2 years as a nation, in my opinion. Something could be worse coming, or something better could be happening. I don't know. But I'm going to go with better, and I'm going to own my own business. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to hustle every day, save, work, save and work, and save and work some more. Just keep doing that.
Save
I think
and
you'll be
work
okay.
some more. That's it. That's your weekend message. Save and work some more.
Go work some more. I mean, I appreciate the holidays too, but I can assure you I've missed plenty.
Well, for me, I'm working as hard right now at this moment as I do any other time, and then I get some holiday stuff done, and then maybe you hit the holiday party and stuff. But yeah, I pretty much work up until Christmas Eve. That's kind of how I do.
Well, that's good, and we'll see how it goes. But I feel like if you really go ahead.
Speaking of Christmas Eve is next Friday, no show Friday.
I know. I thought about that this morning.
Take the day off.
Tear. little tear.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. No cars on the move. There'll be tears in the cubicles for miles.
I'm telling you. Hey, we need to talk also
Okay.
after the show, or if
Cool.
you don't mind, give me a call or something, because
Yeah,
I
no,
thought of
I'll
something
call-
else I got to talk to you
I'll
about.
call you. So I'll tell you what, let's do it. Let's wrap it up. We're over time. That was an amazing show. Again, Michelle with Holiday Transport Prep at Ship Your Car Now. We're so lucky that we got to, and I say it. If you got an idea, let me know what it is. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Michelle, thank you so very much. It's so awesome.
It was a good show.
It was a
Good
good
Friday.
show. Yeah.
Good show
awesome.
Friday.
So
Thank you,
stay
everybody.
warm and say hello to the rest of the auction gang for me, and we'll talk to you.
I'll say
We'll
hi
see
to 'em
you.
on the way
Oh,
out.
I'll see. Hey, Tuesday night, we got Mark Rodeke.
Oh, yeah.
Move
okay.
with Pro ABD CRM. You know, many people are still having their storage unit moved out to the sidewalk, being told they got to the end of the month to get out. And those are people with broker software. They've been loyal customers for
Good, how are
years, and they're being brushed out to the sidewalk. Can't, you know what? Don't move. Don't be slow. Don't be such a slowpoke. There, you've been a loyal customer for years. Well, we're talking to those folks. Tuesday night, move with Pro ABD CRM. You can either get moved out to the sidewalk randomly or get a company that cares. Superflow Systems Pro ABD. How's that?
Boy, howdy. And you didn't even say a name.
I know. I've got really good at not saying anybody's name.
That was
I know.
great.
I could be talking about anybody. But
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. And even,
I do.
you know what? Here's
Hey,
the thing is,
Justin.
here's the proof that this is working. I got a YouTube comment this morning. A guy was saying, what do we do about this? Like, he knew exactly what we're talking about. So join us Tuesday night. Ty, you're going to be there to help me bring in Mark. Mark's getting a whole bunch of guests lined up. It's going to be a great show.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I'll be there. Appreciate you guys a lot.
Right on. All right, stay safe. And we'll see you Tuesday.
Good work. Bye. Peace out.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.